So we're going to take a look at our history in Soft and how to work with it and just troubleshoot some simple problems. So if we go and just create us two objects, so we have us a sphere and then we have us our box. Boop, we have a cube. And what we're going to want to do, I'm just going to open this up and just look at our property trees here. And the way everything here is different information. I'm just going to point out two. Our kinematics is essentially holding track of all of our transforms, all of our object positions, and then this right here is going to be our shape. And both objects have this hierarchy. So these are our transforms, this is our shape. So all of our history for our topology is going to live underneath this polygon mesh. And if we look at this icon here, this is the geometry operator. So whenever you see this icon, this is an operator. This icon here is going to be a property. Whenever you see this, this is just a node that's controlling your history essentially. So in this case, this is a parametric operator, parametric property, where I'm able to change my topology with these parameters. Very simple. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to grab these two, and then I want to create a third object with these two shapes attached to that transform. So what we'll see, if we go to Polygon Mesh, Merge, here, you get to see that we have a third object that shows up within our Explorer, and if we open this up, it has its own kinematics, and if we open this up here, this is an operator that that's controlling the topology. Now this operator, unlike the parametric operator, this operator needs two input objects. Those input objects are the two that I had associated with it. And as we grab and manipulate into the objects, you get to see that the topology for the third object updates. Okay, and that's because this operator is still alive. Now what we can do if we want to sever the connection, we have a couple things available to us. We can just hit delete right here, and what that's going to do, that's going to sever the connection. It's going to delete the history and then delete the objects. So here you get to see we have one object and everything is cool, and the other two objects in the scene are gone. Now if we were to undo that, you get to see the connection is still alive. If we wanted to still keep this object in here, we can do this the long way. Instead of using this delete button, we can just select the third object and then freeze our modeling history, which is going to bake in all of our topology data. It's all the points, their relationship to the transform node, it's going to be baked in. So we'll hit freeze M, and now you get to see that the connection, the object is still here, but the connection is now deleted. So that's basically how you would play with your history and how the operators work. Now this works just the same if you were to be using other operations. So if I were to go to curve, generate a curve like so, exit, and then grab this, grab a shape. I'll just do this, shift right mouse, or excuse me, that was alt right mouse, and then extrude, where is this? Extrude along curve, and then we'll just update per 9. Yay. So now you get to see this, the shape that we have. If we open up our history, look at our topology, we have this extrusion operator. We don't have a delete here like we did before, but if I grab a point, you get to see that the history updates, and I just hit the M key in order to grab the tweak polygons tool. And you get to see how this is updating and manipulating our shape. If we want to bake in that information in the curve to make sure that the curve has no more influence, all we have to do is hit freeze M, and there we are. So now if we grab this, hit M, there's no more influence there. And the same thing is going to be true. Let's say we had a circle, grab these two input objects, and then we do polygon mesh, extrusion along curve, we have our object. You get to see that, whoops, let's grab our points. You get to see that the connection's live. All we have to do is in here, on the extrusion, we can either hit the delete or we can hit the freeze M. So if we hit freeze M, the connections are severed. Or if we undo all that, just hit the delete, it severs a connection and deletes the objects. There you go. Hopefully that helps you out with working with history in Softimage.